oh so inside. So can't speak, can't talk, can't stop for the real it costs. So oh Lord, I told them all about it. Can't talk cause I'm already lost, you see. Of the suicide, so it's hard, I just can't forget it. I'm gonna fade cause I'm already dead. Can't think, can't dream, don't care if I live or die. Don't talk, I just can't leave it. Can't think cause I'm already dead. Welcome, Circle of Tone. We're back. It's been a while since candles lit your face. Danzig. We're back at it again. If you're new to the channel, I've done Danzig in the past, but this is the last, I believe this is the last recording they did with the classic lineup with Chuck Biscuits and John Christ and Eerie Vaughan. Before we start, got to thank my patrons of Tone. We have Garrett, Luke Bones, Nippon, Nicole D, and Nicola V. You guys are awesome. Plus, Richard P and Co, you guys are loyal. I haven't put anything out for almost 3 months. Okay, so let's get to it. How did I get that Danzig guitar sound? Now, this is interesting to me. This isn't so much a tone recreation. It's more of a tone technique. Because believe it or not, that is a completely different song backwards. See if you can recognize it. So this is what it sounds like forwards. So that song is Let It Be Captured. So what they did, they reversed that. And not only that, one riff. So Danzig has one riff which covers 2 whole songs which go on for like 8 minutes total. And the reason that you forget it's one riff is because of the dynamics. In one part, it's clean. In another part, it's distorted. Then they put a kick-ass hook over the top of it. And then they put this crazy distortion on the voice. Don't care if I live or die. Don't talk, I just can't believe it. So it mixes it up. You don't even realize, I didn't realize that one riff is playing through the whole of Can't Speak. I knew there was something going on, like with a backwards warble and everything, but I didn't realize it was just one riff. stretching 2 songs. So that's cool. So yeah, so get creative. And, you know, if you have a killer riff, maybe you can drag it out for a whole song. Maybe you can put different inflection on the vocals, put distortion on the vocals, put a hook in there. And then it'll be so different from part to part that it maps out just a wonderful song. So, and that's it. And because, probably noticed, if you are one of the old schoolers, this is a completely different place. So I've moved. That's my excuse for being away for a little bit. So I don't have my tone TARDIS, the battle booth that I used to have, like all sorts of speakers in and amps and crank them. So it might be interesting for you guys, because a lot of people have been asking for things like Kemper profiles of my amps and profiles from in this case, Moore, or also like save settings for the VST stuff that I used. So you might be interested in, you know, Mr. Neckbeard Tone Snob, of what I would use. Would I use an Axe Effect? Would I use a Kemper? Would I use whatever? But in this instance, I use the Moore GE200. What I do with tech, I used to do this with computers, with everything, I'd always stay one step behind the highest price point, if it's memory, CPU, or whatever, because the difference in price to performance ratio is tiny. And I actually chose Moore only because I do keep up with everything. Like, I've got a Kemper in that other room right now. I do keep up with everything. And the most satisfying in the hands to me has been the Moore in the past. I've done videos on the small preamp pedals that they've done. Check it out. And that's the little pedal. So I thought, I'm just going to go Moore. I've also contacted them. I bought this myself to test the waters. And I'm contacting them to see if I can get the big boy to this, because then it has tone matching capabilities, which is good for me with this channel before I go into my, you know, forever home, or whatever you're going to call it, my studio. So I can actually match tones and keep the channel going. Because listen to this. This is me tweaking the patches. It's also my pickup. Danzig, I have a sad story with Danzig, because I knew who Danzig was. I knew he was part of the punky ass Charmaine and that type of thing, but I wasn't. I was all speed metal. So when he opened for Metallica, I heard him. I was at the bar. I could not appreciate it. The classic lineup on the biggest stage they probably played, and I missed Danzig, and now I'm obsessed with them. Danzig, that first album, was the first CD I ever bought. Was that Danzig album? So what a sick. I've seen them since, but, you know, it was a different lineups. I've never got to see them with John Christ, which is, you know, terrible. But Glenn, if you're watching, get me on guitar, bro. Come on, I'm available. Let's do this properly. I got this. We got you and me, man. It's not working out with Mr. Prong. Controversial. All right, chaps. So that's it. So, yeah, fake amps, fake everything on this one. I also used Easy Mix 2 for the bass guitar. The bass is backwards as well. Backwards guitars, backward a guitarist, and that's what you get. I'm also going to do the song forwards. Well, I like this. So screw it, I'm going to put bass under it, I'm going to put vocals under it, and probably release that as the next one. Probably won't go into much detail, but I'll just release that song on the channel, because I like it. Alright, chaps, so you've been patient. I've been loving the comments recently, especially on my most popular video from last year, my Metallica Master of Puppets one. The most recent comments on it have been great. Alright, have a good one. Circle Town. Subscribe.